Hey class, last lab of the semester. It is delayed onset muscle soreness and the repeated bout effect. So just to give quick definitions on these, delayed onset muscle soreness is muscle soreness that is delayed. So after an exercise bout, it happens after that. Typically peaks between 24 and 48 hours or so. It can be a little bit earlier, a little bit later in someone, depending on how hard they actually exercised, and the repeated bout effect. So, to explain what the repeated bout effect is, I'm going to give an example of delayed onset muscle soreness. Let's say you haven't squatted in a couple of months, and then you start doing a leg program again where you're squatting, doing leg presses, Romanian deadlifts, whatever, and you experience a lot of soreness after your first bout of doing it again. What the repeated bout effect is we actually seem to be more resistant to getting very sore by the same protocol after we do it one time. So it's super interesting. After you do legs on one day, the next time you do it, you won't be as sore after you do it the second time, and so on and so forth. And interesting stuff in here. Go ahead and read all of this, but a protective effect that in some research has been shown to last up to 4 weeks. So that's really great. Um, a lot of implications for both exercise and training athletes. But what we're going to do today, you're going to divide into pairs. So we're not really going to be working with our groups for this last one. So hopefully you enjoyed working with your group. It was fun watching all of y'all work together. But whenever you get into your pairs, you're going to get onto, we're going to have different boxes or a chair or something for you to step up and step down on. You're going to be stepping down at a rate of 2 seconds going down. So your partner is going to count 2 seconds down. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. That's the count. And then 1 second up, or just really as fast up as you want. That matters a little bit less because eccentric exercise really seems to be what induces the most DOMS. So it's really important that you stay true to the 2 seconds down the whole time. And you'll be doing this for one leg at a time, and it's going to last for 10 minutes. So you're actually going to be measuring a rate of perceived exertion at 5 minutes and 10 minutes. So that's just the 6 to 20 scale that we've talked about before. Hopefully I don't need to recap that. So things that you're going to need. You'll need this sheet. I'm going to print it out and bring it to us in class, so you won't have to print out this soreness scale. So if you look at it, what it is a visual analog scale. So these lines are 100 millimeters. So what you will do is you'll draw a line indicating how sore that you are, and I put it into paint, so it looks somewhat like this. It's oh no, that's my snipping tool. Sorry about that. There's paint. Okay, so here's how this looks. So Lab 10 DOMS, put it into paint. I draw a line right there, and you would get a ruler to measure how far this is. So let's say that's about, I don't know, 30 millimeters. Then you would have the value of 30. So right now, what intensity of pain do you feel in your right leg while it rests? So not moving it. So right there, about a 30. So it's not that there's no pain. Many of you, if you're not sore right now or didn't do legs within the past couple of days, you shouldn't be sore. Or most pain imaginable, meaning that like you essentially ran a marathon downhill or did 20 sets of 10 on squats or something ridiculous. Next thing here, what is the intensity of pain you feel in your right leg while you slowly flex and extend? So while you move it, and like maybe I feel a little bit less pain for whatever reason. And you would do the same thing for your left leg for both of those. So hopefully that makes sense. What we're going to do after this 10 minutes, we'll take a pre-measurement right before we begin. Immediately after we're done taking the measurement or doing the 10 minutes of step downs, then this you're going to have to kind of pay some attention to. Um, 1 hour post. Oh, I'm going to need to write that in right there for you. Huh? Sorry about that. I'll make it work for us whenever I post it on there. But 1 hour post, 6 hours post. So you're gonna have to figure out what 6 hours after your class is. 24 hours post, 48 hours post, and 72 hours post. So what we're going to be getting from all of these is just data of how sore you are. And I'm actually going to give you the graphs that we're going to be putting together. Just because I'm feeling a bit nice to everybody, and I want all of that to go relatively quickly and well for all of you. So here, you would just enter some data, so pre, post, all of that. So here for the first time, RBE for the second time. I'll talk about that in a second. But you would just enter it like so, and it should just populate for you. So there, I'm going to post this on there so that it's fairly fast for us to do, and I'll print these out for us, the soreness scale. But looking back at this, that's the protocol. We'll do the same protocol both times. You'll answer some questions about it. So from the first time, you'll actually be able to answer a couple of these questions. The next time, we're going to do the exact same protocol, and we're going to be comparing what it looks like, what your soreness over the time course looks like. So this won't be due for 3 weeks or so. Answering all of the questions, and then here you'll fill out all of this, how your previous exercise experience, so how well you feel in terms of endurance trained you are, or resistance or strength trained. You'll write out your dominant leg. You'll take your RPE 6 to 20 for both your right leg and left leg after the 5 and 10 minutes. Fill all of this out, and this will just be stuff that you're turning in. So this sheet is really all that you're turning in for class. Should be pretty simple, answering a bunch of questions and making a couple of graphs. So yeah, that's really it. Delayed onset muscle soreness and repeated bout effect. Hopefully all that is good for all of you, and see you in class.